Hi, welcome to the channel, and this time I really hope you're doing well after watching episode 5 of Heated Rivalry. I hope everyone has seen it by now and has cried their eyes out. It was a great episode, and it is remarkable that they were able to deliver again on the hype around the series. This episode was about Shane and Rose, Ilya and Svetlana, Shane and Ilya, and finally Scott and Kip. So let's get back into it. Rose, the angel that she is. If it weren't for her, Shane may not have ever expressed his feelings and confessed his love for Ilya the way he did, or it may have taken a lot longer. So we should all thank Rose, along with Shane. It was a great scene. Again, great performance by Hudson there, with his sweet eyes, the way they well up, and Rose asks him if he has ever been with a man, if it was different, if it was better. And yes, it was. And Shane can only picture Ilya in that moment, realizing that he is gay and he needs to at least tell Ilya about his feelings. He cannot run away from it any longer. While Shane had Rose, Ilya had his pillar of strength, Svetlana. She also knows Ilya loves Shane, but he's not willing to say it, and she almost coaxes him to say it. You know, he's beautiful and really good at hockey. And when Ilya has his head in her lap, he realizes, yes, of course Shane is beautiful. Of course he's great at hockey. But he's with Rose. At least that's what Ilya thinks in that moment. Then we move to the All-Stars game in Tampa Bay, where Shane knows he will let Ilya know about what he feels for him. That sunset scene was beautiful when Ilya and Shane touch each other's hand, and by now, if your tears from the previous scene had barely dried, well, you're going to cry even harder now. When Shane tells him, I like you a little too much, and he asks, if we could be together, would you? And Ilya does not want to find out what may happen to him. If they are together openly, he thinks that he cannot go back to Russia. Yes, it was special the last time they were together, and Ilya breaks down. And so do you, as viewer. They end the night with good night Shane, good night Ilya, and no one is freaking out this time around. It's a step forward for them. The show has stayed true to the book, and in some aspects it has really surpassed it. And I think Ilya's relationship with Russia and his family is where the show has done a much better job. When Ilya's ailing father passes away, he goes to Moscow, and we see how dark a place it is for him. The home where he grew up, the land where his mother is buried, and now his father, feels so cold and unwelcoming. Ilya may have forgiven his father after his death for the brutal upbringing, but he would never be able to forgive his father for what he did to his mother. He has nobody here, just Svetlana, again standing by him, protecting him, like she has been doing for so long. And again, a powerhouse of a scene from all the actors in this scene. This was of course something we were all looking forward to. In the book there is a mention of the call, and we do not read what exactly was said, only an idea of what was said. And the makers knew that it was another chance for them to make it even better than the book. And with Connor the Great, they did. I have watched these scenes multiple times since Friday, and it still haunts me. There was one thing which was a bit new for me, where he says about his brother that he always hated me, and I know why. Now, I don't know why. Was it because his brother was a homophobe? Maybe because his brother got a harsher treatment from their father, because at least Ilya was great at hockey, and for the most part made his father proud. Whereas his father perhaps saw Alexei as a complete loser, and that made Alexei resent his brother even more. Their father really messed their relationship up. And of course, when he says, I have no one here, well, I have Svetlana. She loves me, and I love Svetlana, but not like I love you. And that's the worst part, that all I want is you. It's always you. I'm so in love with you, and I don't know what to do about it. Now, of course, I did not want to ruin this beautiful scene for you with my flat voice, but this is a hint for you to revisit that scene maybe once a day and kneel in the glory of Connor's story. Some people on the internet were saying that it could be Ilya who accidentally gets Shane injured on Ring, and I'm glad it wasn't that, because that would have been an unnecessary entanglement. And then we see Ilya at the hospital next morning. In the book, it is mentioned that Ilya was planning to end it that night if it weren't for the injury. But I really don't think he would have been able to do that. Not after everything, not after the phone call. Shane would have just looked at him with those sweet eyes, and Ilya would have melted, and his heart would have gone, My moon, my man. That's the song from episode 4. Now, I know why the girls were saying Hunter and Kip walked so that Shane and Ilya could run. The episode ends with Scott Hunter kissing Kip madly after the Stanley Cup win, and that triggers Shane and Ilya. Ilya finally is willing to take the next step. He has left Russia behind, he has left whatever family he had behind. Russia is not holding him back. His father is gone, his brother, he doesn't care about him anymore. And he texts Shane, I want to visit the cottage this summer. So I just have 3 things to say about it. I loved it. It made me cry, and I'm glad that this one was more about conversations, emotions, and gestures. And they did not keep a lot of the spicy parts in this episode. Now, I love the sex in the series, and I'm also not demeaning lust as a lesser emotion. But for this episode, I think it was better that they kept it more about bearing each other's emotions. Although I do feel that they did cut out the Skype call from this episode. Well, not entirely. We see the beginning of that call when Ilya sees Shane in his glasses, but in the book there is more to it, and I think they should have kept it. They definitely shot this scene. It is a little spicy one, but it also adds to their relationship. They talk about that night in Vegas, and Ilya tells Shane, I think you like to be told what to do, and Shane says, maybe you like good boys. And they also talk about Shane being with other men, and when Shane talks about that big Mexican top, he says he was good, but, and Ilya immediately asks, did he hurt you? Shane says that no, he just wasn't you. And I think they should have kept this one. It would have only added 3-4 minutes, and it would have been great. They could have just ended it there. This particular scene when he says he just wasn't you. They didn't have to maybe show them jerking off and finishing. Finally, what to expect from from episode 6? Expect a lot of love and happy tears from the final episode. I'm particularly looking forward to the part where Ilya says, I have all these beautiful girls and they're hot, but there is one problem. I cannot stop thinking about this little hockey player with freckles and a weak backhand. And Shane says, do you want the problem to go away? Ilya says, no, I do not want the problem to go away ever. Also, in the book, Shane's parents walk in on them and they are outed to them in that way. I hope they can change it. And they show it like they come out on their own term to at least their parents, because in the second book we will see that when it comes to coming out to the larger world, they don't get to do it on their own term. They are practically outed by accident but that whole thing is sort of part of the plot. So I get that they can't maybe change that, but they can definitely change that and make it a more positive experience for them to come out to their parents. I mean, it will be positive anyway because their parents are so supportive, but just the coming out part, I think that should also be a positive one for them. So that's all are my expectations from episode 6. So yeah, that's all I had to say. I really, really, really enjoyed episode 6, and I'm really looking forward to it. Did I say episode 6? I meant episode 5. I mean, I will also enjoy episode 6, I'm sure, the way it is going. So yeah, that's all from my end. Thanks a lot and have a great day. Thank you.